Hello and welcome. Driver ratings for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. Driver ratings does divide opinion. Comment down below yours and let's jump into it. Max 4. Qualified 6. Not amazing. Not happy with the car. Finished P5. Should have been P7 if not for the last lap crash between Perez and Sainz. And he got beat by Lando Norris, who started way back. Lackluster by Max and an off weekend for the Dutchman. I still believe he will win the drivers, but I judge Max as being elite and he's not getting any favouritism from me this week. 4. Sergio Perez, 8.5. If we raced at Baku every weekend, Sergio Perez would be world champion, no doubting, but unfortunately we don't. He qualifies 4th, finally some pace, and he beats Max all weekend. He had an amazing race. He was just looking, wasn't he, at Piastri and Leclerc, maybe hoping they were going to take each other out and he could just go. But yeah, Piastri left them and then Perez tried to put a move on Leclerc and then, went down to 4th and he got taken out by Carlos Sainz. He's a Baku specialist. I feel really sorry for Perez, but that is going to give him some confidence at least. And that is the Sergio Perez we need to see week in, week out. Lewis Hamilton 2. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. He qualified 7th. Tyres not working. Then he had to change engine. Goes to last. But you expect Lewis to come through the field. You know, Norris came through the field. You expect him to overtake. I would have expected him to finish about where Alonso did, but it just didn't happen. And Lewis really doesn't get on with Baku. A bit like Max. But yeah, just not good. He got battered by George all weekend. Reset and on to Singapore. George Russell 8. He got a lucky podium, but he smashed Lewis to bits all weekend. He has won the qualifying battle between the two. Yeah, he should have been 5th, but obviously with the contact, he goes up to a podium. Very lucky podium. Charles Leclerc 9. Pole position, should have won the race, but again, it's another pole to win that is not converted. And Charles needs to work on that, because that record is going to get ridiculously bad. I mean, on Saturdays, there's no one better. But he should be winning that race. I mean, Piastri toyed with him. And, yeah, Charles really did get mugged off in that race. But it was a sensational weekend by Leclerc, but he should win the race, really. Carlos Sainz, 7. Got to mark him down. He qualified 3rd. Struggles at this track. It was a strong race. He was one of the quickest guys at the end. But I've got to mark him down. I believe he's at fault for the crash. And yeah, in hindsight, he probably would have got 2nd, Carlos. Lando Norris 6. He qualified 17th. An absolute disaster due to yellow flags. It was an absolute kamikaze game. But to be fair, he did do a strong race to fight back. Should have been 6th, but obviously went to 4th. And he beat Max, and he got fastest lap. So with his title hopes, that is a good fight back. But it is ironic that team orders were implied. Piastri needs to move over, yet Piastri won the race. Oscar Piastri 10. 10. Absolutely superb. Qualified 2nd, a champion's drive, a defensive masterclass. And you're going to have to move over Oscar. Yeah, not bad for a number 2 driver. It was an elite drive, defence. Another brilliant overtake. We saw it in Monza. We see it again at Baku. Down the inside of Leclerc. Leclerc's absolutely sleeping. And then Oscar just toys with Leclerc. Honestly, toys with him like a little kid. Just, it was absolutely brilliant. He just backed Leclerc into the rest and then just buggered off and won the race. Superb Oscar Piastri. And he's got to be the number 1 driver for me. Yeah. Most points scored in the last 7. Superb Piastri. Fernando Alonso 9. Qualifies 8th, best of the rest. Finishes 6th, best of the rest. Superb weekend and a one-stop paid off. That's the best Alonso can do. Lance Stroll 0. Qualified 15th. Short answers again. What happened, Lance? No pace. Are you excited about the race tomorrow? We'll see. Short answers. And then we get into the race. It's a kamikaze move on 1-1. He damages his wing, has to pit, and then retires due to brake issues. Frog legs, Gazley 5. Qualifies 13th, struggling, but he was happy with 13th. Better than expected. He thought they were going to qualify 17th, 18th. But yeah, he did get disqualified due to fuel breach. And then P12, he came out and said it's one of his best races, driving-wise. Esteban Ocon 0. Qualified last, no laps, missed FP1, FP3. Finished 15th, a horrific weekend by Esteban Ocon. And now I've got to say, has Esteban Ocon checked out? Because recently, he's not been good. Has he checked out? Is his focus on Haas F1? Alex Albon 9. Double points finish for Williams, it's got to be said. And yeah. So, Alex qualified 10th. He did get beat by Colapinto, which is not good for Albon. Then he left the pits with a cooler on the car. Massive rookie mistake by the team. But in the race, he went long in the first stint. He finished 7th. Massive points for Williams. And yeah, good race. Colapinto 10. 10. My star of the weekend. Franco Colapinto. I didn't even know who he was a couple of weeks ago. I definitely know who he is now. Hit the wall in practice 1. Of course, he's going to make mistakes. But this is sensational. He makes Q3, qualifies 9th. He beats Alex Albon, who's been in the car all year. And then he finished 8th in the race. And it's his second race. Logan Sargent had like 35 races. Franco Colapinto's done more in 2 races. Driver of the weekend for me, and he's on Alex Albon's pace. So that is not a good look for Alex Albon. Superb Colapinto. And yeah, the youngsters deserve a chance. 1-1, 5, standard 5. He got taken out by Lance Stroll, and then he was dropping like a stone. Yeah, he's not got much luck, 1-1. Daniel Ricardo 4, qualified 16th, quite a shock as he's a former winner here. Finished 13th, and he was complaining about a lot of graining on the tyres. Guan Yu Zhou 6. He took grid penalties, but I'm going to give him 6. I thought he had a good race. He towed Valtteri Bottas in qualifying and finished 14th in the race. So yeah, Steady Eddie can have a 6. Valtteri Bottas 5, qualified 18th. He got towed by Guan Yu Zhou. Medium to hards. He was out too long on the hard tyre. Nico Hulkenberg 2. No favouritism. I mean, honestly, Nico Hulkenberg, come on. You're up against someone who's in their first race. It's a dreadful weekend by the Hulk. P14, he got beat by Behrman all weekend. It's embarrassing. And he was in the points. Sainz and Perez had their crash. Hulkenberg slows down and he just gives 2 places. I think it was to Lewis and Ollie Behrman. Or he just was dawdling. Massive rookie error by Hulkenberg. And he's got to be ahead of Behrman. I mean, yeah, we said it about Albon. He's got to be ahead of Colapinto. Well, same for Hulkenberg. Ollie Behrman, 9. Superb again. He hit the wall in turn 1. P11 beats Hulkenberg, but he was frustrated by P11 because he almost made Q3. For me, that's an elite mentality. And the youngsters really have shown they need to be given a chance because Behrman and Colapinto are in the points. P10, back-to-back points in F1. He delivered in the Ferrari at Saudi. He's delivered in the Haas at Baku. And he's really impressed me, Ollie Behrman. And I'm excited to see what he can do in the Haas next year. And he's got a really cool helmet design as well, which is good. So, there we have it, driver ratings for the Baku Grand Prix. On we go to Singapore. It was a brilliant race. It really was. 3 drivers, 3 constructors battling for the win. It was peak Formula 1, and I was buzzing. Driver ratings divides opinion. Comment down below yours. Adios. Adios. Thanks for the support recently.